men who go out there and put your elbow into making a woman make sure she's straight and hardworking and respectable, chest up, chin out men, and you really on the grind and you really got ambition, man, leave these little pretty girls alone, bro. They don't put their elbow in it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Over there looking at, oh, she bad. Oh, look at her Instagram. Oh, she a 9, she a 10. No, I'll get you a 5 or a 6 who gonna put some elbow into it and gonna be down for you on some 100. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at you like, why he with her? Don't worry about why I'm with her. Cause she gonna do everything you ain't doing. 100%. That's the new way we should be on, fellas. Like, man, forget all that how you look when you with your arm around her. Nah, she ain't got no substance to her. All you men who
see, I think the only thing that's probably gonna piss people off is because he put such a kind of low number on it, but I agree with what he's saying. But I don't necessarily know if you gotta go 5.
No, but here's my only question is what makes you like, what do a stand-up guy or whatever he's describing the man looks like? Because what does the man look like?
I mean, just saying a hard-working man. So basically just a man who work a 9 to 5, maybe work a hard, like a labor job.
Right, but so for him to go after a pretty woman or whatever, somebody that's not in his realm, that's what he's going. He's like, all right, damn, I want her.
For sure.
So you like, if you would tell me like telling an athlete or somebody with some like a whole attractive guy who don't, you know what I'm saying, he don't work, he just got money or he just popular. Now you telling him to do that?
No, he's saying the hard-working man, you should stop trying to chase the super beautiful girl who gonna make you spend all your hard-working money when you can kind of get a woman who is appreciative of a hard-working man and can respect how hard you work for your money, so she's not trying to make you spend all your money. And that's why I said, like, I get what he's saying. That's why I think, like, of course, when you put the numbers on it, it make it sound a little bit more egregious, and it'll make people disagree with it. But if you kind of sit here and say, and I think, I mean, of course, like, if you sit here,
I don't think you didn't play that part at the beginning when you saying she making you spend all your money. I
mean, when he's sitting here saying going after the super Instagram pretty girls, I mean, that kind of go without being said. Like, she gonna make you spend your bread.
You better get you that woman that says she don't like a coffee date then.
You said get you one who say who they like one or don't like it.
The lady that says she don't like the coffee date that you was just calling ugly. Get you one.
But listen. I mean, I don't know how much a coffee date is, but just even with that woman, I think enough people. She don't think she a 5.
She don't have to be. She might think she a 5.
Nah, if you think you're a 5, you're not gonna say you won't go on a coffee date.
Shit, what?
If she don't like coffee,
whoa, what? Nigga, oh my God. The munches, I mean, the mutts of the mutts have the most guidelines and what's name?
No, for sure. Again, no, listen to me. I understand that. That's why I don't date now. You're absolutely right. Let's be clear. I'm and that may sound crazy. Just trust and believe. I'm sure everybody listening right now, you probably follow somebody who I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you see a woman who's probably ugly as shit and she sit online all day long and talk cash shit and tell you all the type of niggas she will not deal with, what she won't tolerate. And you like, bro, who the hell will even sit here? I don't want to even barely want to even still be following you. You so goddamn ugly. And you got the audacity to be coming on here and just every other post you shitting on men. Like, that should be crazy to me, but that is the kind of the times we live in. So that's why I said when he's sitting here saying the number, I get why he used the number, because it's social media, so you're trying to be rage baiting, you're trying to get people uproared and people to talk about it, because if you say it in a more calmer and polite way, it's not going to go viral. But I get what he's saying. Like, find you a woman who kind of understands and appreciate a hardworking man and not trying to fucking make you spend all your money. Like, she don't want you to sit here and be like, oh, like, if you sit here, like, he basically trying to sit here and say, like, if you can date a woman who's okay with you only working maybe like 50 hours a week compared to the woman who trying to want you to kill yourself, go work 80 hours so we can sit here and go to fucking Bora Bora next month. Like, you don't want the woman who champion you to work 80 hours and kill yourself just so y'all can go on this trip. You want the woman who kind of like, nah, I'd rather you be in the house with me. Work 50. I don't want you to be in here broke. Work the 50 hours. Like, you do your regular 40 and you can get you 10 hours of overtime. Cool, I'll support that. I'll rub your back, suck your dick, whatever. That's the type of woman you need, instead of sitting here saying, go chasing the broad who wants you to go work 80, 90 hours and kill yourself. And sometimes, and as a man, if you don't value yourself, you will go down that route. Like, I'm telling you, my worst decisions ever in life when it comes to money is trying to do too much for a woman that you had no better doing too much for. Knowing now, like when you on a high, the same way when I'm sitting here say, okay, now I'm older, I can judge that Alfredo completely different. I can judge a lot of my, and that's why I don't have a desire to date where it's like, you, if I know where my weaknesses is, because sometimes you could just be, it don't necessarily have to be a woman. It could just be like, if you have a big heart and you just like just doing nice things for people or trying to help people chase their dreams and goals, and you kind of will put yourself on the back burner, you have to be very careful on how you open up or sit here, or the people you sit here trying to build stuff with, because some people will milk you dry, and if you're not paying attention, you can think that you can sit here, oh, this person will change, or if you keep doing this and keep buying them stuff, and then what? Then you left fucking with empty pockets, and that motherfucker then moved on and done whatever.
So let me ask you then, because I mean, like, I think it's just more so like when I hear you talk about that or what you're saying, it's just like you're working extra hours to please a woman, right? To make her, you know what I'm saying? Like you doing whatever you got to do to make her happy. Mm-hmm. But is it, if you had kids, do you think you still would be doing the same thing? Because I think you would. I mean, if you really, but if I'm doing it, like I said, I guess I'm just looking at for myself. If I'm working this overtime, it's for my kids, right?
For sure.
So then, if I do got a little extra or whatever the case may be, I can, spend it or whatever the case may, But for you to say, well, I'm gonna just work all these hours just to make another, a woman happy, like I'm just like, damn, why would you, like? That's kind of crazy that you would push yourself. Like, that's what I'm saying. I look at it like that. Like, if you tell me you're working the extra hours to please somebody else or to make somebody else happy, I would seem that like, damn, that is kind of crazy. Like,
but people do it though. People do it all the time, and that's what Paul Pierce talking about. Like, the people, like, it's men out here who realistically, if you could, let's be clear, as most men, you know for a fact, like, let's just say if you're not dating and you cool and just staying off, you know that for most men, you know how to live off of just working 40 hours a day. I mean, your 40-hour work week. We're like, cool, I got my bills set to the point where I can work 40, and I can even be able to eat and maybe even splurge on myself, where I can go buy something from Shein or whatever the case may be for just working my 40 hours. I don't need nothing extra. But when you sit here saying, like, I want to date or I want to do this, or like you said, even with kids, and I'm trying to provide a better life for my kids, now you sit here saying, I can't just work the 40 because that 40 ain't gonna get it enough. So now I got to kind of go into 50. And I'm sure most people listening, even if you keep it on kids, you work more hours the closer you get to Christmas. And that's when you killing yourself doing it. Oh, I'm picking up, I'm doing this extra. I'm working my regular job, and then I'm doing whatever extra for some money to get some extra hours in or whatever case may be, so I can give my kids a good Christmas or back to school. And you working these extra, like, people do it all the time. You could take it out of dating and you could put it to your kids. But I'm sure most people, if you didn't have those kids or if you weren't dating, you know how to just live for yourself off of your regular 40 hours. So it's kind of like, again, for kids, nobody never gonna look side eye for somebody working an extra 80 hours for their kids, but you will look side eye at somebody who's doing it to impress or keep up a lifestyle to date other people. Did you just date a little bit, date down then, Nick? If you know that this woman don't physically find you attractive off of your 40-hour living, then that shouldn't be the woman for you. And that's basically what he's saying. But again, like I said, it'll get diluted because he said the number scale to it. And then it's gonna be always who makes the scale, like who judging, who to sit here and say who's a 5 and who's a 6.
So, but then that's my so if you're dating down, right, you're saying a 5. So what you're saying is, I'm not going to take her to the nice restaurant because she is a 5.
No, I'm not saying. Because
that's my only thing is just like, if you're going to just spend money just to be out dating, going on dates or whatever the case may be, then you already got that included in your expenses. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm just like, when you saying, well, I'm working the extra hours, please, I'm like, are you working the extra hours so you can buy a bag? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
no, you may be working the extra hours just so you can go on, like you just said, those extra dates. So you could, let's be clear, it may be some man who just is willing just because the way he may like to date, and he, even if it's a 5, a 6, a 7, or 8, or whatever the scale is that you dating, but you like to go to certain restaurants, or you like to go on vacations and stay in certain hotels. It don't matter who with you, but when you in that mode, that's already. But that's what I'm saying. So but realistically, you still may work those extra hours just because that's just how you like to live.
Yeah, so that's why. But that's what I'm saying when you say that. That's why I say, to me, it's just like when you put the emphasis on, I'm working these extra hours just so I can go on this trip. But I was already planning to go on this trip regardless whether it was with her or Boo Boo. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what.
For sure, but you're still working those extra hours so you can still go on the trip. It don't matter who going with you. But if you weren't dating at all, would you still work those? Would you still be even considering going on that trip? Now, some people may. Like Top is somebody, like, literally when I was talking about YF and Lucio, he went to Atlanta by himself. No, he ain't take nobody, but that's just what he like to do. So okay, so cool. So all right, if you know that that's just who you are as a person, then yeah, you may have that in you may already kind of already got your hours or working extra hours, so you can kind of still be able to do whatever you want. But a lot of men, if we just being honest, even when we talked about that, what the stats that said it a few weeks ago, when we saying a man may spend up an extra $15,000 a year when he's dating. Some people just go above and beyond because you're trying to even don't matter the scale of the woman you may be dating. You just try to go above and beyond while you're dating. Like you may, as a man, you may be sitting here saying like, okay, if I just want to go to a football game, I just want to go see the Steelers play. I'm cool with sitting in the nosebleed if I go by myself, but I don't want to carry a woman with me to sit in the nosebleed. Or I may stay in a Motel 8 if I'm by myself, but do I want to stay? I don't want to, like, let's be clear. Like,
so let me ask you that question too, because I seen you a couple of weeks ago where you had that, we didn't talk about it, but that whole girls wanted to make that a date thing now. Like have you done that actually?
What,
like
football?
Yeah, football.
And I've never been on a football day before.
Okay.
I feel like that to me is like,
if you're not into football,
yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that's some shit I would never do. Like because it's just like that to me, because the weather and everything, like that's not something you can go to be cute at. And that's why I respect the women. Like even when I talked about it with the Ravens shit, I seen it this week when the Ravens played the Redskins. Like I respect the woman who going, or if you going to a football game, you got the jerseys, you got the hoodies, or you actually got the team shit on. Like you're not trying to go there and look pretty. Like I that shit look corny to me. Like if you trying to go there with your titties out in the heel, like come on, bro. Like go find something else to do. Like, I'm not doing that. That shit would piss me absolutely off. Like if a woman was like, I want to go to a football game and she trying to go to the game and she trying to be dolled up with her titties out, like nah, bro, I'm cool. Like that would literally be like that would be our last date. I would never be able to talk to you ever again. But me personally, I wouldn't even set myself up like that. Like if I know for a fact you don't never talk about football, you ain't got no football team, like you ain't even be clowning people on social, especially if you live in the DMV, because that's such a back and forth thing. Redskin, Cowboys, like I do feel like kind of like it's to me like you kind of almost like, especially if you live in the DMV area, you can kind of already, you should, by this woman's social media, if she a real football fan, you gonna kind of already know that by week 1 or 2 of the season, because she gonna post something. Like especially if she live here, if she a Redskin fan, the Cowboys lose, she gonna talk shit about the Cowboys fans. She gonna talk shit, like you kind of can judge, like a woman who actually like football and she's active on social media, you're going to know if she actually like football. So don't play yourself off. Like I wouldn't do it. Because I see too many people who go on dates with women and they are real football fans. Like you're playing yourself for a fool, and you are a sucker if you take a woman to a football game who's not a real football fan. You're a clown. Sorry, like you just know you can't justify that, because there's too many pretty women out here who are actually football fans. Like there probably are more pretty women who are football fans than there are pretty women who are actually basketball fans. Like basketball is like one of them shits you could do that little stupid date on, because it's just like you inside, okay, cool, whatever the case may be. The whole atmosphere is a little bit different. But football and the weather can kind of get tricky at any time. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
I do the tailgate.
What you mean? Like you gonna just pay to just be in the parking lot?
Tailgating? Yeah. I would do the tailgate.
I don't think no woman who not really into sports can respect the tailgate.
Shit, you know how lit they be in the tailgating? Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Shit. Nigga, you talking about that's like a cookout.
I get it, but I feel like listen, what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying.
Hookah, you got everything out there.
I hear what you're saying, but I think that still comes with a mindset of a woman when she's actually just into that type of get down.
I would rather you do a tailgating than sitting there taking you to a game. Because the difference between, like I said, a football game and a basketball game, you're standing up majority of the time at a football game than you are at a basketball game. Mm-hmm. So all that up and down and, oh, damn, I can't see it. Like, that's why I said when I saw that, I'm like, oh, if you're not an actual football fan, I would never take a girl on a football date.
Oh, no, let's be clear. And the reason why I made it, let's be clear. Listen what I'm saying. And this is why I respect women who actually watch football. There were women who were killing other women for reposting that and kept trying to tweet that shit. Like, that shit was like a thing 2 weeks ago. Whenever I had it on the jump, like, nigga, it was other women. Like, let's be clear. Because again, that's why I say I think it's like to me personally, if you're talking about like if you just talking about just something dating, I think it's easier to find, especially women who got men in their family. I think there's easier to find women who actually watch football than watch basketball. Like, I mean, Erica, do you think that's true? Like when it comes to the two sports, like which one you think is a little bit more realistic that you can probably find women just randomly watching, or may even tolerate? Like if it's on, they kind of tolerate it a little bit more.
I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't care for either one of them.
But you can't say that, because I came in here and you was about to bet somebody a football game before. So you had to know enough.
But I only bet like the Redskins because I just know they suck. So I'll bet the Redskins because I feel like they suck. But I'm not going to say, oh, Dallas or Pittsburgh. Like I don't. But
so you just wouldn't watch it all. Like if it's on, you just.
I'll watch it. Like if certain teams are playing, I'll watch it just to see who's. But I can't tell you what's happening. I can't tell you what's going on with it. I know touchdown. That's about all I know.
So okay, but even with those, I'm sure you have watched accidentally. I'm sure you watch more Redskin Cowboy games than you watch the Wizards game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my point. Like you can at least, I'm sure you can at least, like you just said, you know what a touchdown is. I just think realistically, if we being honest, I think more women have watched football games than they have basketball games. I'm talking about just random football games, and you know that just because look at the fucking Super Bowl. Like they have like their Super Bowl parties. There's going to always be women in the Super Bowl. You're never going to go to a Super Bowl party. There's going to be just a bunch of niggas in there, unless it's their team actually playing.
But I think that's more so of, all right, it's one. You know what I'm saying? Football is once a week, or whatever, one day out the week, whatever. But basketball is every. You know what I'm saying? It's every day you can have a game on. Just like even with the finals, it's not just one game. Super Bowl is just one game, so everybody can come to watch that one game. If basketball was just one game, I think it would be still the same too. If it was just one game.
Maybe. I mean, why? Because we was kind of talking about, I guess, status and